Are we live? Did it work?
Yes. I think we've succeeded.
Significant delay,
I think we got
but
there,
it did
guys.
work.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yeah, hi everybody. So I feel Q in this Chili's tonight. And we are live from the apocalypse, a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that raises money for charities and other nonprofits through the work that we do. Presently, we are raising money for Medical Aid for Palestinians. It is a UK-based charity. That is why you may find that your America Freedom dollars are being converted over to Britain silver monarchy pounds. But the money is going to the same place. So we would encourage you that if you do like what you see here, and we do sincerely hope that you like what you're seeing here, that you're not just hate watching us. Although, honestly, if you are, okay, go off. Donate anyway. Take that money, and rather than giving it to us in the form of blips and or chits or Jeffy bucks or any of those corporate scripts, that instead you donate it directly to the causes that we are raising money for. You will notice that where the subscribe button usually is, has been hidden, has been replaced with the charity button. And when you donate money through that, turning your freedom dollars into British monarchy pounds, that you can make the McElroy brothers scream at us, and by us I mean me. They will scream directly into my ears, into my delicate ear orifices, and interrupt whatever very dramatic scene that we're having at the time. We do also have a couple of donation incentives. You can donate $5 to add a momentum to the pool that helps out the crew. You can donate $5 to add a threat to the pool that helps me out. You'd be my best friend. Be a great best friend. You can also donate $5 to name a red shirt. We have had a couple of red shirts already named this way, and thus far, they've survived. So far, they're not dead. Cass's efforts notwithstanding.
This is true. You look upset, but it's kind of true.
I'm out of line, but I'm right. So, speaking of, tonight, I probably should have, before I start talking about momentum and threat and red shirts and all that stuff, sorry, the tribbles in the tubes that I've got my brains all scrambled. We are playing Star Trek Adventures. We are playing a game called Star Trek Gallant. We are following the crew of an Intrepid-class starship in the year 2404. And with that, why don't we go across the way, and we will introduce our crew folks, starting out with the aforementioned red shirt despiser, Cass.
I just want to remind everyone that I specifically set the phaser to stun before I shot him. Like, he was fine. He was also causing a, international incident. It was a problem. I am Lieutenant Commander Vimes Tassam in this game. I am the Chief Security Officer, and I make great decisions. I'm just gonna leave it there. You can go to Julia now.
How about Julia? How are we feeling about Nico's decisions?
Nico made great decisions. I don't know what you're talking about. Nico did as best as anyone could with those negotiations. They managed to get out of a really shitty hostage situation. And keep their fellow officers alive. And you know what? They are starting a beautiful friendship with a lovely Klingon doctor. So everything's going great for Nico. Nico's having a good time.
Honestly, everything's coming up Nico. Which then brings us to...
So, Sosa also makes great decisions, and everything is going great for her, including the time that she ran headfirst into the rebel base camp. Hey, all's well that ends well. So, but I mean, what trouble could Sosa possibly get into on this week's fun vacation episode?
The only thing we're in danger of is a little bit of sunburn.
You guys are so mistrustful. Hi everybody. I'm Brendan. I'm the storyteller. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Q, bring her back. I'm gonna do my Patrick Stewart impression. Q, bring her back this instant. The line must be drawn here. Hi, I'm the storyteller. I play everybody else. We're having some time space difficulties with one member of our crew. Wait, oh, I'm seeing faces. Oh wait, oh maybe, possibly,
Maybe. No.
Oh no. Nope. Okay. Well, we're gonna wait a little bit. And then push comes to shove, we will proceed with shore leave without them.
No!
No.
Like I do not wish to deprive Sosa of shore leave. But look, even when there's shore leave, you gotta have a skeleton crew on the ship.
I don't want to do it.
No. Oh.
Chin, Brendan was gonna abandon you.
That's fine. Honestly, if I get kicked again, we can just assume Sosa wandered off to look at the native flora and fauna, and she will meet back up with you guys when it's time to leave.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of very. Oh no! Wait. Oh no!
No!
Oh no!
Cursed.
Oh no!
We're cursed.
Profoundly cursed. Q, I want no more games from you.
Just give us Roosh back.
You will return my crew member this instant.
Kidnapping an officer.
I know. I'm gonna say for the chat. So rewatching Encounter at Farpoint.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. So I find it hilarious that O'Brien is the only member of the bridge crew that is not taken to the interdimensional trial, and I just see that you come back, Mr. O'Brien. You weren't taken with us? No, sir. He just said that I would suffer enough. Do you know? Do you know what he meant? Do you know what did he mean by that?
Don't worry about it, O'Brien.
What did he mean by that? The other thing is being that's like literally Colmeter is just credited as man at con.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't invented the character of O'Brien yet. They kept just having these bit parts for Colmeany because apparently people just liked hanging out with Colmeany when he was on set. So they literally just built the character of O'Brien around Colmeany being a fun guy to have around.
Yes. And like he's just genuinely like supposed to be a fun guy. Oh.
Yeah. Do not know why the universe insists that the Irishman must suffer, but he must. It's sort of a those who walk away from Omella situation. That is the actual like secret of the Federation. That's why all the magical post scarcity technology works. It is because O'Brien must suffer. All right. So sadly, I think we may wind up being down a crew member for this episode.
Yeah.
But in this case, yeah. So I'm not going to leave them on the ship. It's just that Sosa's idea of a good and relaxing time is going out into the jungles to catalog butterflies. And
Space butterflies.
space butterflies. Yeah,
Space
Casperia.
beach butterflies.
Yeah, Casperia prime space butterflies.
They're massive.
Yeah. Oh, the colors are amazing. Which, like, just going out and watching them, yeah, no, probably sounds awesome to you guys, but no, like, you don't get to go and just watch. Like, Sosa will put you to work. Like, you got to be putting up these numbers, and you have to be very specific about cataloging which ones have the indigo wings and which ones have the blue wings. Yeah.
Sosa took Ensign Chester with them to help them catch with the butterfly net to catch them in the.
Yep. I think it's okay. So, like, I'm describing this. So, like, my sister does actually sometimes catalog moths for a living, and it is more or less how it sounds.
Yep.
I say that like my sister is not way cooler than I am. But for the rest of you, let me quickly figure out how I want to intro this now. And so I am now rapidly rejiggering what I was planning to do. Okay. It has now been 3 months since the end of your mission to Anzuris. The negotiations continued largely without further interruption, as particularly in the main city, Anzuris City, people started to put their lives back together after the unrest and the attempted coup there. And at this point, all of you are gathered on Casperia Prime. It's not quite Ryza, but it's generally considered to be the next best thing for some much deserved shore leave. And all of you are looking forward to some R&R on the planet. You're all going to get in your various ways. But first, there is a more solemn duty that you must attend to, as a large number of you are gathered here on the beach of Casperia Prime in your dress uniforms, lined up with a small altar as the surf comes up to meet it in the sand. Upon it is an urn, and a woman standing next to the altar is speaking. I can't tell you how much it means to me for all of you to be here. When I met Kadith, this isn't exactly how I saw the end of our life together. But I take solace in the fact that she lived the way that she would have wanted to. I remember when we first met, it was at a Catalian on Beta Z, and I thought, as many people have when they first met her, that I had never encountered a shallower, more vapid debutante ever in my life. But, like I think with most people, she surprised me. She showed me how much I was missing in my life that I didn't even realize. All the while being so profoundly dedicated to the work that she did. I could not have asked for a better friend, a better wife. And I know that many of you could not have asked for a better comrade than Kadith. And again, I'm glad you're all here while she's being laid to rest in this place that both of us have loved so much. And she will wade out into the surf with the urn and begin spreading the ashes. And with that, it is over. And you're all now in the awkward part of a funeral where you're milling around trying to figure out what to do next. Not exactly how you pictured yourself starting out your vacation.
I think
Yeah, go.
we're just like standing next to each other and just like
Yep.
like we keep like looking at each other but not saying anything. Like, should we? What do we?
I do think this might be the first funeral that Vimes has been to since the destruction of Romulus. Because
Oh.
I think she may have gotten a little burnout on too many funerals.
That, that is fair.
Yeah.
Do you want to? So sad. I think Nico kind of like looks towards the water and then back and is like, do you want to say anything to her?
Like what?
I mean, just general condolences. You don't have to, but
Not to sound cruel, I suppose is the word, Commander, but condolences don't mean too much. At least in my experience.
that's fair. I'm just gonna go say goodbye and then we can go.
Of course.
Nico's gonna walk down to the water's edge and then stop just short of getting their dress shoes in the water. And kind of stand there for a minute and look out at the water and doesn't say anything out loud, but just looks at the water and the ashes kind of like dissipating. And then just does one of these quick hand up waves and then turns around and walks back up the beach towards Vimes. All right.
It
we can get off the...
It is bittersweet as you reflect on the days that you and Katith ended up spending together in the negotiations, particularly as you ultimately had to take on more and more of the leading responsibilities, coached by Katith, but as Katith's health, whatever affliction befell her from exposure to the psychic weapon, proved irreversible, and she deteriorated rapidly. All the more because when all was said and done, there was
Did we lose Brendan?
No, sorry.
I think Brendan was reading my message.
No. See, I've got all 80 of those HDs. So, but there was ultimately a referendum on Enzuris on whether or not they wanted to pursue Federation membership at this time. And though the vote was very close, it failed.
Not surprising.
I don't think Naiko is surprised that it failed. And I don't think Naiko is even disappointed that it failed. Because, like, they get it. They get that it's a big change, and it's a big change that wouldn't even positively affect everyone who lives there because of Starfleet's current regulations. So it's like they don't even really like feel disappointed. And I think that was harder for them in dealing with Katith as Katith was like deteriorating, because they could see that it was probably affecting Katith more. That the negotiations were failing in that aspect. And I think that was harder. That was harder for Naiko to watch than just that the vote didn't come through the way they've been aiming for.
She put up a pretty stoic front, but you could tell that this wasn't how she had wanted it to go. Any aspect of it. And I think sort of on that note, Vimes, you're still sort of kind of shuffling back and forth in the sand, kind of feeling your dress shoes kind of sink a little bit deeper, more or less waiting to be told by someone of higher rank that you're properly dismissed. And tugging at the collar of your dress uniform that is meant for air-conditioned starships and not sunny beaches, and feeling your lieutenant commander pips on your collar. And we're going to flash back to an air-conditioned starship.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
You are sitting outside of a sealed conference room on a bench. Once again, in your dress uniform, you've been getting a lot of use out of it recently. You have already had your hearing. It didn't go as badly as you thought, but
Mhm.
it was still pretty hard. But what is arguably harder for you now is the hearing that is going on right now, in which Captain Selleck is being questioned and is essentially advocating in your defense. And you're not present for it.
Mhm.
You have to imagine what is being said. Likely, the transcript of which will probably be sealed, given
Mhm.
the sensitive nature of the topic. What is going through Vime's head right now?
Contingency plans. There's not many people I think Vimes is worried about outside of Starfleet. I think there's just, I think it's just contingency plans of, okay, if this works, now I have to reaffirm my loyalty to Starfleet and this, and then, oh, if this doesn't work, then, oh, I'm out of Starfleet and I have to make sure to not contact any of the other Romulans who have since joined Starfleet after I did. And like, like just straight up contingency plans, like. Playing 4D chess in my head.
Hmm.
Oh.
Eventually, you hear a rush of air from the door opening. And at the same time, you release a breath that you, I think, didn't even fully realize you had been holding. And Selleck emerges. He is the only one to emerge. The door closes behind him. The committee still has final deliberations to make. Commander, you waited.
Captain. Of course I did. Sorry.
I lack the capacity to be moved by your gesture, but I am given to understand that under normal circumstances I should be. And so it is appreciated.
Did were you I'm confused, Captain. You thought I was waiting for you?
My apologies, you were not.
I mean, only in the sense that I wanted to see what you thought the committee's decision would be, but frankly, Captain, I would much rather be with Lieutenant Commander Reen and avoiding all of this altogether. What I I assumed that one day my connection would be found out or revealed in some way. I didn't exactly plan for it to be me, but
Well, we should be arriving at Casperia Prime in a few more days, and I imagine you will have plenty of time to. Perhaps convalesce is the wrong word, but to enjoy the friendship of your fellow officers.
okay. Sorry, that was unprofessional. Captain, we are in a hallway. Can you tell me what their mood was?
Walk with me, Commander.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this, Commander. What do you think their mood was? What
One
would
more
your
time,
mood...
Brendan.
Oh, sorry. Let me ask you this, Commander. What do you think their likely mood was? What do you think your disposition would be in their place?
Disbelief that someone with such connections got so far up in the rankings without being noticed. Anger at being quote unquote fooled. Apathetic because I have shown no inclination to work against the Federation. Perhaps forgiving, depending on who on the council was there. Didn't see most of them, I don't believe. Mixed feelings, hence me waiting to find out.
Ah, yes, the uncertainty that comes with ambiguity.
Yes.
Imagine it would be easier if they were to simply drum you out of the fleet altogether.
No,
You wish to
that would not
continue
be easy.
you wish to continue serving in Starfleet then.
Well, of course.
That does make things easier and more complicated at the same time. I will say that you are at least partially correct as to their mood, as you describe it. I have never disclosed this before, Commander, but your associations were not completely unknown prior to this time.
I assumed.
When you were put up for promotion to Chief of Security aboard the Gallant, I was made aware of the file that Starfleet Intelligence had on you. I am not at liberty to disclose the details of that file. However, I can tell you that while there was little in the way of hard evidence, there was suspicion. You have not been as careful, I think, perhaps, as you believed.
Or perhaps those who tried to contact me over the years were not as careful as they could have been.
However you personally wish to see it. There were concerns about promoting you into a command position within the security apparatus. I, however, chose to vouch for you and to take responsibility for what might happen as a result.
And why did you do that, Captain?
Because regardless of your affiliations, whether they be true, false, whether they be past, whether they be present, I saw potential in you, and I wanted to give you a chance.
Hmm. Did you vouch for me a second time, Captain?
I told them what I genuinely believe, which is that you are, though unorthodox in your methods, a Starfleet officer of the highest moral character.
Hmm. I might need you to repeat that to Lieutenant Commander Reen and Commander Bard. Get
Have
accused
you
of cheating at cards a lot.
I will remember that at the next poker night.
Thank you, Captain.
Now to the uncomfortable part. As I understand it, you are to be given two options. First is an honorable discharge from Starfleet.
Hmm. No.
I surmised as much. The second option is that you are to continue in your present capacity as Chief of Security aboard the Gallant, at least for as long as I command her. However, it is likely that this is as far as you go. I think that it is extremely likely that you will find promotion difficult. I think it is also likely that you will find it difficult to find a command posting on other starships or star bases.
Commander or Captain, sorry. At my age and the length of time I've been in Starfleet and my previous qualifications, I was surprised to be I was surprised at getting a lieutenant commander's position.
Well, as I said, I vouched for you.
Yes.
And I stand by that assessment.
Hmm. Well, I guess I'll have to do something daring to earn that pip.
I am sorry, Commander. I wish I could have done more.
Hmm. Eliminating an entire Tal Shiar sect wasn't enough. Hmm.
No, you were correct in assessing that this was something of an embarrassment for Starfleet intelligence.
Hmm.
And it's taken no small pull to get them to just offer an honorable discharge as opposed to a full course martial and
Hmm.
a, as I mentioned earlier, drumming from the fleet.
Hmm. Considerate of them, considering that it took me all of 5 minutes on the planet after leaving that negotiation room to identify the problem.
Oh no,
But
Neko
oh
looks so
well.
sad.
Oh,
I'm just in my tube,
He's
thinking
in the
about
tube.
thinking about
In
the
your
fact
tube.
that my friends getting railroaded.
Yep. Oh, okay, Captain. Well, am I to resume my normal duties?
If you want them.
Oh, yes. If I were to go back to any of the Romulan colonies at this point in time, there is a distinct likelihood that I would be dead within a week.
Yes, especially with our friend Takal apparently in the wind.
Oh, Captain, permission to make some ill-advised phone calls after this hearing to find out where he might be?
That permission is denied. I can understand your disappointment, as well as your desire for revenge under the present circumstances. However, this is a delicate time for you, Commander. And while I stand by my assessment as your commanding officer, I think it would be in your best interests to tread carefully.
Understood, Captain. Out of curiosity, who was the most sympathetic to me in that room, other than yourself, apparently?
Oh, Commander, never change. And Selleck walks on.
This is why our species do not get along anymore, sir.
But there is always hope for the future.
I'm going to water down your drinks at poker night.
And with this, we sort of come back to the beach. And I think you have found yourself sort of like just drifting over the various other crewmen that are on the beach, trying to figure out when Reen managed to slip away.
Yeah.
When Reen managed to step out and falling upon Captain Selleck. Captain Selleck is currently waiting for other people to walk up and speak to Kadith's wife before he does his duty as the commanding officer. And it seems like for the moment he's lost in thought, staring out at the surf. Make me a quick little insight medicine.
Is this both of us, or?
Nope, just you.
Okay.
I'm still communing with the water.
Okay, so I needed to beat a 10. I got a 10 and a 5. Because I forgot I left my dice in the other room till right now, so I just rolled dice on Google.
Oh.
And I rolled a
Google
10 and a
dice
5.
roller.
Yeah. I'll go grab them in a second, but I was like, I'm not getting up and running right now. There's a delicate cat situation spread out around me.
I don't know where my cat is.
I've got 2 of my 3 and the dog all around me.
It's being real quiet.
It's in the basement, getting into mischief.
Check comms, Cass.
Oh fuck. Is okay. Where is Bard? Where's Nyko?
Nyko is no longer down at the water looking at Kadith's ashes as they float away. They are like partway back up the beach, kind of debating if they want to say anything to Kadith's wife or not. So they're standing a little bit to the side by themselves, but they're not like down yonder.
Yeah, I think I'll edge into your field of view and just
come on over. Yeah, where's Sosa?
I assume from the chittering bird calls behind us, collecting bits.
Hmm.
Bigger problem.
Hmm?
When was the last time Selleck had a medical scan? Comprehensive.
I mean, that would really be more of a question for
Rain's not a doctor, so Sosa's not
well,
not that kind of
no,
doctor.
no, not for know that. But I mean, it would definitely be. I mean, that would be Lieutenant Shannara's domain, but to my knowledge, regularly, he's always been kind of a steady scheduled kind of man. I believe he has one yearly like the rest of us.
Okay. Maybe nothing.
Maybe something. You don't believe in nothings. You're
I
a
want to.
paranoid little girl.
Thank you, Nightco. I'm aware.
Well, you were right last time, so what is it?
I noticed a facial tic and slight paralysis. Spent a lot of time around him recently for obvious reasons. It's something called the Tavon syndrome. My uncle had it.
Is it fatal?
Yes. I was going to try and make it sound better, but incurable and degenerative. It's not pretty.
I will speak with Lieutenant Shannara about your concerns.
Thank you, because I believe if I raise them right now, he will brush me off.
It could be something he's already aware of.
That's my concern.
I think Nico will step away from Vimes and head over to where the captain is and kind of do a casual sidle up and be like, these formal funerals are different. They never get easier, do they, sir?
No, they don't, number one. It's something you'll have to get used to.
Hmm.
That said, I want to commend you.
Or standing properly at the funeral, sir?
No, I meant the entirety of the mission on Enzuris.
Hmm.
As trial runs at command go, yours was rocky, but ultimately, in my view, a success.
Thank you, sir. I just tried to minimize the cost, life cost, as best I could.
More than that, you walked a delicate balance of acting on instinct while preserving the higher perspective that command requires. That's more difficult than many who aspire to the chair would like to believe. It's for that reason I would like to ask you a question.
Of course, sir.
Don't take this the wrong way.
Hmm.
Is command what you really want?
I like I like the ships. I like the parts and the pieces and the mechanics of it all, and a crew is part of that. The crew is part of the ship. It's part of the whole ecosystem, the beast of it. I want to take care of the ships in general. That includes the people who live on it.
Well said, and I think certainly speaks to your background. You were the top of Professor Argyle's engineering class, if I recall correctly.
Yes, it was a fantastic time, to be quite honest. Easier as far as, stress of things go, but
He still writes me about you,
oh
when
no.
when when he heard that you'd been promoted to first officer aboard the Gallant, he sent me a strongly worded communication, um, telling me what a waste of a fine engineer this was.
He's not wrong. I could do both, and I could do both happily. But I think there are lots of fine engineers who can turn off the bigger picture. And I can't. Especially not now after I've seen all of it.
Well, for what it's worth, I think that the fleet could use more commanders like you.
Thank you, sir. Although I hope this isn't a hint to you saying that you're planning on going anywhere soon.
I take it you've heard the rumors about my retirement.
They come up, I don't want to say frequently, but they've come up before, and thus far they've all been rumors. Every time we get a little close to a planet for a little bit of an extended period of time, the buzz starts about this is it. This is it, Captain.
The decision isn't final yet, but I'm giving greater consideration to leaving Starfleet. after the Gallant's current tour. Suppose the question at that point will be whether Gallant receives a new captain from another command, or if I should be looking to promote internally. You don't have to make a decision now. But I think the Gallant could do a lot worse.
I'll think about it, sir.
Was there something else on your mind?
Just making sure that with everything that's been happening, the stress, the mission, the inquiry, the funeral, just making sure that you're feeling all right, sir.
Feeling. Such an interesting phrase.
In the like physical touching headaches type of way, not the heart.
Your meaning was understood. I've just always found that particular lexical ambiguity to be interesting. Well, to your question, number one, I'm feeling fine. Now, if you don't mind, I think the cue to say a few words to Rosella is short enough that I should make my appearance.
Of course, sir.
Oh, and number one, enjoy yourself. That's an order.
Yes, sir, Captain, sir. I'm gonna back on up to Vimes. You're muted.
I sure am. You didn't ask him, did you?
I didn't ask him point blank range, hey, do you got a degenerative neuro disease? No, I didn't ask him that. I did ask how he's feeling.
And he gave you a non-answer?
He's feeling about retiring, which is not a non-answer to me. That is that is in fact a good old-fashioned I'm tired.
Getting promoted?
Well, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. And besides the fact that there's politics to that supersede me. You know
I'm
that.
aware.
Yeah. You more than anyone, probably, actually, Vimes.
Thank you.
You know what would
you
fucking be wild? They'd promote Brannigan over me.
I would mutiny.
But what if that's the trap, Vimes? What if that's the trap?
Speaking of Brannigan.
Don't do this to me, Brendan.
Yeah, speaking of number two.
As you guys are making your way away from the you're walking down the beach, you hear from behind you, hold on, wait up, Vimes, Nygo.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Commander Tassam.
Lieutenant Commander Tassam, hey, yeah, no, wait up a second. And
why?
Brannigan is jogging up behind you in his dress uniform.
And we're on the slippy shoes. He's not jogging. He's slipping.
He's doing his best. He's got solid form. But the slippy shoes and
Yep.
the tights.
It's
and
undignified.
No, the
Yeah.
slippy
Is
shoes
he in the
and the
Nehru
tights.
jacket too? Like,
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Nehru
yeah.
jacket and the sand and everything. It's tough. It's tough. So like he's having to huff a bit to get up to you guys. Whew. These things. The dress uniform is really not meant for sweating in, are they? I think you think that make these things more moisture wicking. But hey, I just want to give you guys formally an invite. I am organizing while we're here on Casperia. I am organizing just a little sort of like intramural sort of crew building little volleyball tournament. And I want to know if you guys were in or not. The whole flight crew is in. My whole department's in. I may have made it mandatory.
I was about to say, did you order your subordinates to join your little volleyball tournament?
I didn't issue any orders through the chain of command.
Volleyball, you say?
I mean,
the
beach-
Nyko.
the beach-
Lieutenant Commander, come on. You've been in Starfleet long enough. You know what voluntold means.
Volleyball.
Considering my recent run-in,
voluntold volleyball.
Vimes. Volleyball.
Volleyball is fun. It is one of the better sports that came from Earth.
Think about all that aggression. Think about spiking that ball. And then like Nyko does the gesture and like pivots to like, I'm miming spiking the ball.
Spiking
At Vimes' angle, I'm very clearly miming spiking the ball directly into Brannigan.
Brannigan, remind me, what happened the last time we were on leave and you challenged me to a game of athleticism?
Oh, you broke my collarbone.
Mm-hmm. And you want us to join a volleyball tournament?
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't suggest flag football.
No, it's not really going to work on the sand. I mean, there is a court where we could probably make that work, some turf area. I mean, or we could do like a holodeck, but like, you want to be outside. You want to be in like the actual real nature. I mean, look, think of it this way. At least it's not baseball, right? And that's where the captain's going to be. There's an exhibition going on between the Pike City Pioneers and the Ferenginar Fiduciaries. Captain is going to be glued to that for the entirety of shore leave. You know it. And listen, you didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear it from me.
Mm-hmm.
I heard he replicated one of those like antique foam fingers.
He didn't. I did.
All right.
Are you going to baseball with the captain?
No, I gave it to him as a joke. He didn't get it.
But he's going to use it.
He's going to use it. It is the greatest joy I could have expected.
I've never really understood the captain's obsession with like an antique Earth game, but I don't know. Captains are weird.
Volleyball is also an antique Earth game, Brannigan.
Yeah, but it's like a cool game though.
Brannigan, did you watch Top Gun again? The lack of no.
The silence is so loud, Brannigan. The silence is so loud.
So should I take? So you're in, right? I'm taking that as an in.
Brannigan,
I'm gonna put both your names
Brannigan,
in.
I'm going to need it in writing this time that you will not be upset if you break something again because you choose to block a play I make.
Oh, that's fine. I brought the pad with me. It's fine.
I'm in. Put me down.
I'm also in.
All right, crew building volleyball.
I am not going to be on your team, Brannigan.
Aww.
You were going to use the security group as a ringer, weren't you?
Uh,
You were.
I don't know. I think it could be. I don't know. That could be funny.
Oh no, see, I think the engineering departments and the security teams are going to make a formidable team.
Oh,
So I was actually thinking.
funny. So that's
so
so
look, I
funny.
was
Ben.
actually
Do you think
thinking
we're going
about-
to get engineers to play this game?
I was
Oh,
actually,
we
I was
will.
thinking about doing sort of a randomized roster because I mean, I don't want to like make like the science guys like just like just like drop out after the first round. Like I kind of want to like mix it up a little bit, like get some interdepartmental
Are you
camaraderie, a little
are you implying
you know?
that engineering and security would not make a formidable team capable of winning your little tournament?
No, I mean I think it would maybe be too formidable.
That is true.
Like we want to mix it up some.
Gonna get a hat? Gonna get pull names out of a hat? Can we pull names out of a hat?
Commander Bard, we are in possession of a supercomputer capable of randomizing an entire bracket.
So that's what I was gonna do, but you know what? You're selling me on the hat idea, number one.
We're on a beach. We're gonna be playing a tactile analog game. We should pull the names out of a hat.
I am fairly certain your species commander. Wait, Nyko is human, right? I didn't forget that.
Nyko is human.
Okay, I was like, wait a second. Nyko is human. Commander, your
Yes.
species progressed past names out of a hat in the early 20th century. You computed enough to get yourselves to the moon before you could properly communicate across the planet.
I'm still voting for the hat idea.
Fine, a hat.
All right, sweet. 2 more names. Now just have to see if I can track down astronavigation. Where did they go? Shoot.
Are you saying you lost the navigators?
I'm still plotting my course to astronavigation, and I'm going to plot it this way.
Cool. We're gonna go to the bar.
Yeah. I'm going to change clothes first, Commander. I vote we beam to the ship, change, and then the bar.
You're just not wearing your other clothes underneath your... You're not wearing your beach clothes underneath your dress uniform?
No.
Oh. Well, in that case, when you go back up there and Nyko starts taking off their jacket, can you take my uniform back up there? Because I just wore my beach clothes underneath my uniform. So could you just take this back? Thank you. Thank you so much. I haven't changed my door code. You can still get in.
I would get in regardless.
It's true. You do have the security clearance.
I do have the security clearance. Although I've been told that maybe I should tread lightly lately, so maybe breaking into my commander's quarters would be a poor showing. And I will just tap and be like, 1, 2, the Gallant, please.
Nyko's gonna go secure some seats at the bar top.
Yep.
We're gonna lock down our spots.
So I guess as good a time as any, because it's a beach episode, which means
yes,
we got to talk about. Okay, so what is Nyko's beach fit?
Nyko's beach fit is probably a like swim trunks with like a 3-inch inseam and like a compression top with like a tank top over top, and the tank top is like sunset colors.
Love it.
Very good, very vaporwave. Yeah.
Yep. Comfy. Arms and legs out. Pale as can be because we exist in space and therefore we don't get any sun. Ghastly
the
and
beacons
ghostly.
of Gondor.
Can we Side note, tangent for a second. I was at the Italian festival with my roommate, and we're standing in line at this food truck, and I'm like standing there, and she keeps going like this. And I don't know what's going on. And I think she's like hearing something or seeing something. And finally she goes, "Oh, it's you." I'm like, "What's me?"
Oh no.
And she points in the reflection. She's like, "You are so pale." And I thought there was just like a ghostly woman standing beside me in the reflection. And it was you the whole time. And I was like, it's fucking rude.
My friends make my best friend and I stand on either side of them when they want to get an even tan. Because we reflect so much. This is me with a tan.
I work in a building with no windows. I'm inside a cement cube.
Same. And I have no access to the windows because I am not a partner.
So yeah, underneath the Starfleet uniform worn upon that ship in space, there is a ghost named Nico Bard, and they're gonna go sit at the bar.
Yeah, I'll beam up and I'll change clothes too. Yeah.
I think you actually pass by on the way to the bar. There is a large flat rock on the beach, and Lieutenant Ossette is sunning herself on it, and she kind of like looks over, like drops down like a little pair of sunglasses, and it's just like, doesn't say anything, but just like clocking the terminal lack of vitamin D.
I take my pills, I take my supplements as prescribed. That doesn't do anything for the lack of the real sun.
Oh. Lieutenant Ossette pushes her sunglasses back up and returns to reading her novel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you go and you get seats at the bar, and your own pad pings, and you sort of curse yourself a little bit because you had almost managed to forget, and you are now wishing you had told Vimes to get you another change of clothes while she's up there, because you forgot that you have a thing tonight. You have a date.
Oh, maybe I should have kept the jacket.
And I think that's where we're going to take a little 10-minute break.
Little break.
So nobody go anywhere. There will be assorted dramatic shenanigans. So soap opera beach episode shenanigans when we return. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Thanks. Just goofing.
That jug is bigger than your whole head.
It is pretty impressive.
It's like,
like, I don't think that even, like, is that even a thermos or a water bottle? Is that like a cooler?
I mean, it's kind of both. It's got igloo.
Okay.
It's
got the little
sippy.
Yeah.
All right. It's got a little sippy for those big gulps.
This is usually my yard work.
Yeah.
Water bottle. Yeah. But he still had some water in it from my yard work, so he's here with me.
I feel like I need that to use it as like a ruck weight.
Yeah.
You know, he's pretty decent. What are you? What are you holding? And How much is in here? It doesn't say.
Is it along the bottom edge, maybe?
No, that's what I'm looking at. There's just the igloocoolers.com, Igloo, Katy, Texas, USA, blah, 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 blah. How much is in here?
It's like one of those like fair games, like how much fluid does this contain?
Oh yeah.
Win a pie. No, that's usually what I end up doing with my rec weights. If I do it, if it is I will just like have like a bunch of water, and then that way, like I am doing less as I go on. You know, the more tired I am getting, the less weight I am carrying.
It's a good method.
Yeah. I mean, does make me a pansy, I guess, but whatever. It's my rock and I'll cry if I want to.
Considering if I'm going for a little jaunt in the woods, I'm not carrying shit. I don't think it makes you a pansy because I ain't carrying anything.
I found it. It's a half gallon. I was curious. It's only $16 right now. They're on sale through Igloo.
Everyone should have a giant jug and be hydrated.
You can get it in orange. Need it. This is not an Igloo sponsored stream.
No. So, you have had this realization, Nico. Tell me, how do you think? You tell me. How did this date come about?
How did this date come about? So it's been 3 months. In part of that time, I was still in Zurus doing diplomat things with Kadith. I think probably at some point as Kadith's health probably continued to deteriorate, there was probably a call and a need to have somebody with medical training present in case of any episodes. And I think to a point, in keeping with the whole trying to keep everything balanced and equal, sometimes it was Lieutenant Shannara or someone from the Gallant, but sometimes also it was someone from Inzurus. And in that case, a lot of time it was Barot, I think. And just a lot of talking, a lot of getting to know one another, a lot of messages sent by pad back and forth. And then I think, it comes up when you're going to have shore leave after a very intense mission and you've been on a spaceship for a very long time and you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the beach. Wouldn't that be fun? Would you like to come to a beach? Maybe we go to the beach together. Maybe we go to dinner at the beach together. I think that's probably how that circled about.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Which then I guess begs the question, what are you doing, if anything, to prepare for this date?
I've ordered myself a drink while I contemplate the fact that all of my clothes are on the starship.
So yeah, you could conceivably page Vimes and ask them to bring you some additional digs. That would at this point necessitate cluing Vimes into the fact that you have this date, which I don't know. Have you done that? Or have you wanted to spare yourself the ribbing?
Oh, here's the thing. Nico doesn't. It's unclear if. It's probably unclear to others if Nico knows they're being ribbed when people are ribbing Nico. It's unclear if that occurs in the brain. But I'm pretty sure the conversation went down very similar to kind of a, hey, guess what? And it's at dinner one night and it's like, what? And it's like, we're not in the middle of a conspiracy anymore. And then no further elaboration. And Vimes was left with that knowledge. So we're not in the middle of a conspiracy anymore, and that's what they said. They said, don't date the doctor until we're out of the conspiracy. Conspiracy's over, baby. It's time to date that doctor.
Those are the rules. Like
Those are the rules. Those are the terms of engagement I agreed to.
Specifically, those are the rules I set out.
I don't make the science. That's just, that's all the maths.
Sosa probably had like a full-blown conversation with like details and everything, maybe more details than Sosa wanted, to be quite honest. But that was all Vimes got. So I think I'm debating either messaging Vimes, or since I am already on the beach, going and maybe trying to find something locally that's maybe more beach appropriate weather as well.
Okay.
Debating.
All right.
Now I think I think it'll be more funny to make Vimes have to pick out my outfit.
Okay.
I'm gonna calm Vimes up on the Gallant. Hey, you stole my quarters?
You forgot about your date, didn't you?
Yeah, can you find something?
I already pulled something out.
Okay, is it red? I feel like that's on the nose. Don't do red.
No.
Okay.
It's green.
Oh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna bring down my little boots?
No.
Oh.
It's sandy.
Okay. So what are you gonna... Am I just gonna keep wearing these sandals? I guess I can keep wearing the sandals.
No, I'm bringing down the gold strappy sandals that Reen bought you as a joke, and you're gonna wear them.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. They're easier to walk on the sand in because they are deceptively grippy on the bottom.
Okay, thank you. Do you want this drink and this coconut?
Yes, please.
Yeah, coconut.
Just tap off.
Just no further, no formal commander out. Just a hit. Cut that call short.
And yeah, so Vimes, you have succeeded in your due diligence there. So I guess my two questions are, so you return to the surface. First,
Mm-hmm.
what is this outfit that you have picked out for
I
Nyko?
believe
Very important questions in this our Star Trek game.
Yeah, I believe we did reference it on stream at one point or another, but it's definitely been referenced above table in our chat. I have stolen Captain Selleck's Hawaiian shirt at some point. No one knows when I did it, but I managed it.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Captain Selleck's Hawaiian shirt and a tank underneath, and then I believe Nyko said a 3-inch inseam swim shorts. I am wearing a 5-inch inseam swim shorts with pockets that zip closed because I am never unprepared. So there are supplies in my pockets.
Honestly, zip pockets on a swimsuit, like next level shit.
Genuinely, I have a set and it's great. And the biggest sunglasses. You had like would make a soccer mom with a reverse bob jealous. Sunglasses. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna put sunscreen right on your nose.
Yeah. No, I know. I do have like the zinc sunscreen right here.
All right, and you rejoin the commander at
handing a bag over.
Yeah, at Shadow's bar here, with a pair of Shadow's nuts up on the bar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I just trade bag for coconut full of alcohol
as payment for your task.
And just sit there with this coconut and start drinking. So where are you going on your date?
I'm not really sure because I have never been here before. We kind of just looked up something that was close to the general appropriate area for,
You should invite him to volleyball.
Barode actually had a recommendation.
Oh.
Where did Brode suggest we go?
You're going to a Bajoran place. They apparently have a lovely spring wine.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah. You should invite him to volleyball, though. Can you imagine Brannigan's face?
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty good. I don't know if he's ever played volleyball. I'll have to ask. I mean, I can invite him regardless, but
it would be humorous to see him be introduced to a sport that somehow always ends up with someone bloody, even though it is technically a bloodless sport.
It's a contactless sport. That's not a bloodless sport. Those are different things.
I've never understood the difference.
Obviously, the solution is you have to just play more volleyball.
All right, I will play more volleyball. Yes. Oh.
And I think the time passes and more quickly than you would have thought. And it is about time. And I think the time comes for Nico to leave for the rendezvous. And as presumably Vimes pulls up competitive beach volleyball strategy on their pad.
Yep.
Gonna do your art of war homework on competitive volleyball.
Learning the rules.
Gonna watch old historic records of Summer Olympics past.
Genuinely, like, I do watch. That is one sport I do watch at every Summer Olympics is beach volleyball. Like, I love it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Has to do a little bit of Oppo research by pulling up Top Gun as well.
I feel like I've seen Top Gun. I feel like I've been subjected to Top Gun.
No, I feel like that's something that, like, as a collective, the ship has watched Top Gun. The ship has watched Top Gun.
Yeah.
The ship has watched Top Gun, and given everything, we've also watched the second one and probably the third or fourth, however many they managed to make before Tom Cruise finally shuffled off the mortal coil, because that man will
is intimately familiar with the Top Gun cinematic universe.
Like, Cassidy has still refused to see Maverick because I hate Tom Cruise's face.
Yeah. Brannigan swears up and down that that Top Gun 5 is actually a pretty underrated classic.
If we,
like a lot of people don't like it because it's the first one where they just deep fake dead Tom Cruise into it.
No, if you're gonna deep fake anyone, you deep fake Val Kilmer. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? You don't do that.
Brannigan swears it's actually pretty good.
We laugh now, but these horrors are coming. These horrors are on the horizon for us.
Don't do this to us, Julia. We don't need to put this into the world. No.
The demons are coming.
The demons
are coming. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Scientology is crumbling at its...
It is. It's quite delightful. Quite delightful.
The horrors persist, but so do we.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think genuinely, like, Vime sits there and just orders, like, one drink or one refill in the coconut, one water. One refill in the coconut, one water.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
then,
very good, very regimented.
Yes.
You pull up Top Gun 6, which is the one where it's actually just all it's just entirely all volleyball. It's like actually a volleyball movie. There's no actual jet fightering in it. They decided this one is all volleyball.
They're giving the people what we really want.
Yeah. And then where Naiko's seat is now my footrest, and if anybody tries to take it, I just dead eye them like, no, I'm resting. But
yeah. And Naiko, it is walking distance from where you are, and I'm just going to cut over to sitting in a small sort of open air, similar to the bar. I mean, it's like the most amazing beach planet ever. Like everything is like perfect temperature and open air.
Everything opens up onto the beach. Even when you're inside, they've got like one of those walls that come up. You can see the beach. Beautiful salt air.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the bugs and that nice little ambience noise, but you don't see a bug. Candles. It's a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Yeah. I think if Naiko arrives before Barot, they're kind of just like, don't put that evil on me. They're just standing outside the restaurant, kind of looking at the rest of the area, the kind of what else is in this particular area around this restaurant that we have come to.
And you are the first to arrive. And it takes a bit in that way that waiting period always, like the minutes seem to stretch on into hours. The waiters ask awkwardly if you would like to order anything. Do you?
I think after probably the second time they come around, I do order a drink. Don't necessarily drink it. Definitely do a lot more like small sips just for something to do with my hands while I wait. Oh. And
thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follow.
And I think just kind of patiently sit there and start to think, when is it appropriate to message them? But then also, should I message? Starts thinking about if they should like commiserate about the lateness with Vimes and Sosa, and then is probably like, no, shouldn't let them know something's up.
And it is around the time that you have just about resolved to start messaging them just to like do something with your nervous energy that Barot arrives. He is not in his scrubs. He is in trying to think how often we even see Klingons in anything other than like armor or karate gis.
Don't be a coward. Put the man in leather.
Leather pants, open vest, nothing else.
Leather shorts.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna split the difference. He is in swim trunks. He's got his swim trunks on, and he's got a cute little vest on.
Love it.
Mm-hmm, cute little embroidered vest.
Oh, that's so sweet. I think when Naiko sees them, they start to like stand up, and then they like hesitate because they're like not sure if they should. and then they're like awkwardly like half standing, half not, and then they just stand up all the way. Hi.
And Barot laughs. It's like, and he's sort of like, as when you stand up all the way, Barot sort of straightens all the way up, like, Commander.
Doctor.
Sit, please. I'm terribly sorry I was late. I was held up by some unexpected work issues.
Was the travel okay?
Oh no, the travel was fine. I've actually been here for a couple of days already. I apologize for not telling you earlier. I was hoping it could be a surprise. My medical school actually maintains a bungalow here on Casperia Prime. It's primarily therapeutic in purpose for convalescence, but it can also be used by staff. Patients aren't the only ones that can benefit from the sea air.
No. Sierra is very, very healthy, very, relaxing, rejuvenating, calming. All sorts of things.
Have you found it calming?
The shore is nice. Lovely. The horizon is a little unsettling. I grew up on space stations and ships. Sometimes the vastness of it. It's
I tend
strange.
to find the horizon bothers me less, but the rings, I never quite get used to. It's just this streak across the sky that I keep expecting to go away, but it's as immovable as the mountains.
It's unsettling, but it is beautiful to look at least. So at least it is that. There
It
are
is.
times when space is not so captivating in the betweens.
No, space can often be unforgiving. It is. I think all of us need occasionally to be reminded that there are places of beauty, places of solace that exist in this universe.
Here is to this place of solace, then.
I found this place when I was here a few months ago. I find their spring wine is delightful, as well as their Hasperat. Um, I would say probably get it as a wrap. The souffle is a little bit grainy.
Mm. I think that would make particular sense. The sand is about as grainy as I want to deal with, as far as things go. I think it would be nice to start with the wine.
I think so as well. If you don't mind me saying, Nico,
Hmm.
I know most of our informality has been conducted via message. You don't mind if I call you Nico, do you?
No, I'd prefer it.
Good. Please, Barot.
Hmm.
If you don't mind me asking, and not to overanalyze the way that I sometimes do, you seem tense.
Cadith's service was this morning, and my captain is considering his retirement at the end of tour, and that opens up lots of questions about my own career that in a sense you're always thinking about them, and then at the same time they're always kind of something that you put aside. Like, you'll think about it later, you'll worry about that tomorrow, and then here it
suddenly
is.
tomorrow is today.
Yes, and it is just a little strange to think about the future when someone was buried today. Someone's future has been finished. It's a strange little dichotomy. Also, I was just a little worried about, like, that something had happened when you didn't show up on time. Being abducted will make you nervous about things like that.
Completely understandable. And again, I'm sorry, I should have messaged. I'm not very far away, and I let that lull me into thinking that I had more time than I did. And I was not expecting to work on my vacation.
Yeah. I will say, working unexpectedly on your vacation is something I've grown accustomed to as working for Starfleet, but it is a shame.
You talked about being presented with possibilities, forks, choices. These choices trouble you.
They don't trouble me. It doesn't scare me or make me nervous in a sense that, oh, what if this doesn't happen? It's more of a, when it happens, will I be ready? I think in whens, not ifs, which my parents drove them a little nuts, but I have found it helpful in getting through Starfleet.
Your parents were Starfleet as well?
Yes, the bards are, I don't want to say we're Starfleet. It's hard to explain. My family has been in Starfleet for the majority of, well, since Starfleet has been around, but we're not anything that you would call, like, an institution, a name. People don't know the bards. I am the first one in a command position.
I completely understand. My parents were both members of the Klingon Defense Forces. Um, my, I almost hate calling it a house. My family, we're, it's sometimes challenging to describe the intricacies of Klingon politics to outsiders. I think maybe the closest human equivalent would be something like the petite nobility. Knights of the lowest social rung, given certain noble privileges and military obligations, but clinging on to the bottom of that particular social class for dear life. as you might imagine from my description, I am a bit less sanguine about those martial traditions than some others.
Does that put you at odds?
It can, at times. But I knew from a very early age what I wanted to be. That is a luxury that I have had. I knew very early that I wanted to be a healer, first and foremost. That I wanted something in my existence not defined by bloodshed. I don't I don't judge other Klingons who choose to pursue a warrior's path, though many believe that I do, as soon as they learn that I have rejected that particular calling. But I didn't get to know my parents very well. How, if you don't mind me asking, Nico, I know that age is sometimes a delicate subject among humans. Were How old were you when the war broke out? But I guess that's just sort of a question, like how old is Nico actually?
How old is Nico? Hold on. I know it's somewhere in here. It's somewhere in the depths of this character note. Oh, why do I write so fucking much? Yes, my father's name is Kevin. Nico is 31.
Okay, so you would have been born the year the Dominion War started.
I think Nico kind of like pauses on that, and it's like days, hours.
I was a child, though old enough to know that something was changing. Um, for me, the war started earlier when the Klingon Empire invaded Cardassia. I was 5 years old at the time, and I knew something had changed because my parents they read me a story, had me read it with them. It was a poem from the Second Dynasty, not really uh, a bedtime story for a 5-year-old, not really something that you're expected to be able to read at that age, but they helped me through it, and we all read it together. It was called The Falconer's Lament. It was from the perspective of a warrior on the eve of a new conflict, one who had come to love sport, would come to love the leisure the idleness that peace had brought. It's not a usual Klingon poem. It's full of regret. It's full of a lament that this moment should be shattered. It longs for the ostensibly more hollow pursuits of peacetime over the glory brought by war. I didn't really understand it at the time, but I came to later. Both of my parents were dead within the year. They told me that they were waiting for me in Sto-Vo-Kor. That if I wanted to see them again, I would have to live an honorable life and die with equal glory. I found that couldn't accept it. I'm sorry. I've brought the mood down.
It's honesty. It's honesty and it's feeling. And it's a true and important thing to you. The mood of it is a little irrelevant. I understand you better.
I think that I would like to come to understand you better as well, Nico Bard.
I would like that, I think. I would also like it, I think, if maybe tomorrow, if you have the time. The crew is putting on a volleyball tournament. And I think it would be an interesting perspective for you to see the crew.
A glorious contest, indeed.
A glorious contest without bloodshed.
Our clash shall be one for the sagas. Yes, I would be delighted to.
Good. I think sportsmanship, good sportsmanship, honor, similar things. I think.
And the waiter comes and refills your spring wine, and he offers you a toast then to the games of peacetime.
The games of peacetime. In the honor of peaceful men.
And I think that feels like a good time to sort of fade to black. And I think we're gonna fade in. We're gonna fade in on the beach.
The beach.
Vimes is already at the court.
Let's fucking go.
Vimes is already at the court. Tapping their foot. Tip tapping their foot.
I feel like security has all shown up like early. We are all just like standing there waiting.
Yeah. No, like they're doing push-ups. Lieutenant Huang brought a speaker and is like blasting like 80s montage music while people are like running up and down the beach.
The ones doing push-ups have an engineer on their backs. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that is around the time that you notice Nico show up with Barot in tow.
Doctor, good to see you.
Commander, nice to see you again, especially under happier circumstances.
Of course. And I
So,
just like
tell
shoot a
me-
look at Nico, like, okay.
So tell me more about this this particular contest
Okay.
of wills.
This is an old Earth game. There, you see this net here, and these squares on either side, creating this rectangle.
The arena of battle, yes.
Yes. This is particularly beach volleyball. The rules are more or less the same. I am not sure. Unfortunately, Lieutenant Commander Brannigan has taken it upon himself to plan this, so I can't attest to its effectiveness. But the rules are very simple.
Bro, you know, so Bro whispered down to bend down to Nico and say, "Is this the Brannigan you told me of?"
Mm-mm. Anyway, he is organizing teams apparently to make it more fair. And because I gesture at my security crew, apparently we train too much for athletic contests. So we may need to make things fair. But I digress. The point of the game is to, using your hands only, hit the ball over the net in such a way that it lands inside the opposing team's box and hits the ground.
But you have to
yes.
hit the ball, remember. No, you can't grab and throw. You have to
You cannot grab
hit.
it. You have to hit. We'll put you in the front row if you're on my team. That way you can see how everybody plays.
All right, and I see.
You're also large, and would be you are also tasked with stopping the ball from coming back over the net by batting it back across if you can reach.
I see. I shall guard our territory.
This is perfect. I am very glad Nico invited you. Very glad.
And yeah, the tournament gets we're gonna get started here, and you guys are placed on a team. You basically tell Brannigan, okay, so we picked a team.
Yeah.
Okay, so we picked a team. We're on a team together. I don't care what the algorithm says. Like we're on a team together. Also, we brought another person.
Yeah. Yeah.
We brought a guy.
Okay, so
Sosa is resting, so we filled in with another doctor.
So
We invited-
point to the Klingon.
so to fill your team, you actually need 4 people. So Sosa's not here, so you have yourselves and you have Barot. Who are you picking for your 4th?
Chester.
Chester.
Hold on.
Oh wait, didn't we decide that Chester was with Sosa in the jungle?
Yes, we did. How?
We invited Sosa to the game, and she left us on red on the pad.
Right. Is Lieutenant Shannara athletic?
No.
What about the other red shirt I shot?
Oh, Binks.
You were
Binks.
not Binks.
Binks was part of the security team.
Binks is part of the
Binks.
security team. It's true.
Binks is on
Binks,
the team.
Big Binks. Yeah.
I was gonna say we could also have a set if she's done sunning herself.
I know. I think
That's true.
Brannigan. I think Binks
Brannigan
works.
claimed.
No. Brannigan tries to yell over to see if he can get Lieutenant Osset to join. Osset is sunning herself on the same rock. Just sort of like drops her sunglasses at Brannigan, and then goes back to reading her novel.
Yeah, I feel like yesterday she was laying on her back, and now she's on her front. So
Yeah.
getting even coverage here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
She's a professional.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's gonna watch, definitely.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But we're not interrupting her rock sun time.
No,
No.
You don't interrupt a Cardassian's rock sun time.
no.
No. Okay, what am I rolling? I went and grabbed my dice.
Yeah, okay. Tell you what. Let's go ahead and have both of you guys roll. How do we want to how do we start this out? So fitness definitely.
Oh yeah.
Fitness definitely, and then I will let you guys make an argument for a stat that you can use.
I'm keeping this ball out of my box. Security.
Keeping this ball out my box.
Got my box. Zone defense.
Fitness security?
Yeah.
Or is it control security? Who's serving? I think control is
Who's
probably serving.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. Okay.
Because if it's serving, I think it needs to be control.
Okay. Tell you what,
Either is good for me. So
I'll give yeah, if you're doing control, I'll give you the serve.
okay. Do you want to do it? I have a 10 in control.
Well, so you're both rolling.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do
Right.
fitness security. You do control and
Yeah. I think control and security. 2 successes.
two successes.
I got a 10 and a 12, and we're saying meeting is beating,
Yeah,
right?
Mhm.
Meeting is beating.
Okay, because I had to get a 12, and I got a 10 and a 12.
I had to beat a 15. I rolled a 6 and a 2.
Nice. Okay, so we're doing pretty.
We're gonna
good.
rock Brannigan's shit.
You're doing.
I'm gonna break
pretty good.
another collarbone.
You're not supposed to aim for the man.
Not aiming
Vines.
at him. Not aiming at him. It's not my fault he puts his face in between things. Don't make that face, Brendan.
So you guys get off to a pretty strong start.
Yeah.
Tell me what your Vimes's like daring systematic plan for dismantling Brannigan at volleyball is. Like I'm assuming like in the moments before the match, Vimes has like gone out on the sand and is like drawing out a diagram that is like, it's like, all right, this is okay, so this is how we just absolutely destroy them as people.
Yes.
So right, so paint me a picture here.
Okay, so we're saying that Nyko did the serve, right?
Yes.
Okay, so toss the ball to Nyko and go, Commander, you know what to do. And no communication, just trust that the commander knows what to do. And then I put Binks up front with me for on the net, and I'm like, Binks, this is how you redeem yourself for nearly murdering the poor deceased. And I just stop right there. I'm just like, finish that sentence in your head, sir. I'm sorry, that was harsh, Binks. I did shoot you after all. Don't give me a reason to do it again. And I just, and then I just turned to the doctor. Borat, watch Nyko's back and keep the ball from hitting the sand. That's all you need to do right now. Yeah, that's it. Yes, Commander.
How much caffeine have you had today?
None.
Oh, okay.
You know what caffeine does to me. I don't consume it.
But you see Binks mouthing from behind Vimes.
You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Binks, you're fine. Stop. I have eyes in the back of my head, Binks.
You'll be okay. I won't let her shoot you again. It's okay.
Just turn
We're on
around
shore
and
leave.
thinks,
She's not even armed.
She's gonna break.
She's not even armed. Thanks. Thanks, she's not even armed. I mean, yes, I know
Binks.
she's armed, but she's not armed.
I will just like grab Binks by like that like gentle like scruffing and pull him over. Binks, the only person I want to beat today is Brannigan, and I chose you for a reason.
You can't scruff him. He's a Cadian. You're not his mom.
Oh, I forgot he was a Cadian.
You can't do that. You're not his mom.
I'll grab him by the bicep then and just
Yeah.
I
You're not my
did honestly
ma'am.
forget. Yeah, just I don't want to hurt you today. I want to hurt him. And that's it. That is the plan. So when Nico serves, it's on.
Honestly, Binks knows this is how Vimes expresses affection.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was concerned, and so I've invited you to play games with me.
So you get off to a pretty strong start. Like that
Mhm.
that first serve is like it whiffs them completely. Like they have not even like moved to intercept, and boom, first point.
Mm-hmm.
But they are coming back pretty strong. Like you suspect that Brannigan's team have probably been playing on the holodeck like probably like well before before you guys got here. Like while you were still in transit, they were already practicing.
Okay. Quick huddle up.
Mhm.
As soon as I recognize this. Change of plans. Eliminate the weakest players one by one.
Oh, come on, Vimes. Can we just...
And by this I mean aim at their knees. Not their heads. I have evolved.
Oh, well,
If they consider this, you aim at the weakest players because the strongest players will move to intercept and will accidentally take their own players out at the kneecaps.
you like volleyball, don't you, Vimes?
I consumed quite a bit of volleyball media yesterday, yes.
Okay.
So as someone who actually doesn't really follow beach volleyball,
Oh.
is taking out your opponents at the knees like considered like a valid volleyball strat?
No, it's absolutely not.
It's not. Especially because here's the thing. Here's the thing about beach volleyball versus regular volleyball.
Yes.
Is that taking your opponent out at the knees is kind of like redundant because your whole point is to get the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when you do it indoors, there's bounce back. There's not bounce back in the sand. It just kind of lands and stops.
Yeah.
If you're playing inside on like a gym floor, that shit can in fact ricochet up into you and mess up your John.
Yes.
Oh, I know. I got a bloody nose in 7th grade to prove it.
Yeah.
So directly targeting body parts, not really an effective strategy.
It's not. That's why I said aim at. Like there's difference between, I feel like, targeting with the intent to actually hit and aiming in that general direction.
I was just curious because coming at it from perspective of like hockey and rugby, where there are some pretty like violent, like legitimate and also violent strategies. So I was like, damn, does volleyball go harder than I thought?
Volleyball does go harder than you think, but this strategy for me in particular is more unsettle the team that thinks they have prepared adequately by making it look like we are messing up. We're not. We're making them potentially injure their own teammates.
Okay, so this is kind of like a bit like it's kind of psychological,
essentially.
So in that case, I'm gonna have both of you guys do fitness command.
Okay. I rolled a 1 and a 7.
Nice.
I
One
love these
success.
dice.
I got
Okay.
1 success and then 19, which was almost a 20, and I was like, "Don't you do that!"
Don't
Yep.
you fucking do it.
I'm like, "You're getting
Yeah.
too close there, buddy."
Don't, what is that face? What is that face?
Oh, I need to do Joy. Okay. All right.
Do.
Sorry. Okay. So one of them rolled like regular style.
Mhm.
Just doing like matching rolls for you guys, kind of trying to like be like, see how their level of success compares to yours. One of them got 1 success and then one like also like 18. And then the one rolled double ones. And I think that's Brannigan.
I think it's appropriate.
I think that you are succeeding in like starting to like psych out the other team. Like they're starting to die. They're starting to lose cohesion. And but Brannigan, like, he huddles them up, and then you hear him basically just say like, "All right, are you ready? Yeah, come on, right." Space Hawks, Space Hawks, Space Hawks, Space Hawks, Space Hawks, Space Hawks.
I think you just Vimes just turns to Nico like, please let me kill him.
No, this is funny. This is hilarious. No, look at them. They're so happy.
And and he has successfully rallied the flight crew, and their will is steeled. At this point, they've been able to. They matched your 4 successes the first time, but they have matched your 3 successes on this roll.
Yeah,
you're both getting. The score is still tied.
okay.
This is like, you can still win, but like, you were hoping for a rout, and you don't think that Brannigan is going to give you a rout.
Nico, I would like Borat to serve.
All right. I'm gonna go over to the net. I'm gonna spike.
Binks in the back. Where is Brannigan? Is Brannigan on the other side of the net from me?
Yes.
I'll just lean into the net and go, "It's cute, Brannigan."
Vimes, you're playing a dangerous game over there.
Brannigan just looks you directly in the face and says, "I thought so."
Vimes, stop it. He's gonna ask you to dinner. Cut it out.
I will just lean over to Nick. I'm older than him by decades.
I don't think that matters.
Okay, so your plan basically is for this dramatic play is to have
put the newbie
do a big serve to try and psych him out, and then you are basically going to try to hop up and just like murder spike this.
Yeah, I'm counting on these 2 dice that I have been rolling to do some magic. That's what I'm aiming for.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do a roll for Barot. Rolling for a lot of people here.
Okay. Can we give Barot momentum?
Yes. If you would like to spend momentum, you can do so.
I would like to spend a momentum and give Barot momentum.
That is actually that's good. That is good actually that you did that.
Thank you. I had a feeling. I had a feeling.
This is his first time playing. You gotta be nice to him.
Yeah, he nearly just like spiked that shit over the horizon. Yeah.
Just went it straight into the abyss, and it's just like, someone's gonna go swim out after it. It's not me. I'm not going in open water.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you were saved with the momentum.
Hell yeah.
And Barot, it's nearly out. In fact, like honestly, if they
It's on the
had
line.
like if they had just let it go, it
Oh,
probably would have gone. It
yeah.
probably would have gone out.
But they
But
dove for it.
but yeah, they dive for it. And they save it, and it stays in play.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what
Now,
are we rolling?
so for this spike, this is probably gonna be, I'm gonna call this daring command.
Not as good for me, but I'll take it.
Yep.
Daring.
Oh, fuck me running. Okay.
I gotta roll under a 12. That's only one success for me. I rolled a 3 and a 14, so one success.
I rolled a 1 and a 10 under a 12.
Okay.
You hate Brannigan so much that your dice are like, fuck this man.
Legitimately, this is the dice that keeps rolling the ones. It's a high rollers D&D dice, and I used it in playing D&D 2 weeks ago, and it could not roll over a 10 with it. So I was like, tonight, this is your moment.
This is your redemption here.
Yeah, I failed too many death saves and was like only saved by healing words coming up. Like to
This is the
them.
game for all the dice that live in dice jail.
They've been in a special pocket, like the ones that I couldn't roll over a 10 with.
Baby jail.
They put up still an admirable fight. But finally that one with the extra success that puts you over. Okay. They got 3 to your 4. So yeah, tell me how this goes.
Does this mean we win?
Yes.
Or are we playing to 5? Oh, it does mean we win.
Yeah. This is the play. This is for all the marbles.
Okay. So it starts with Borat's epic spike that they could have won if they just let it go. And I feel like they rally and they pop it back through all 3 other players, and then it comes up to Nyko, and Nyko spikes it down, and they manage to save it, and Brannigan comes up, and I just two-handed it, like he doesn't quite save it though, and it hits the top of the net, and it's starting to go over, and I just reach over and boop, boop, and it just sinks right in between him and his other player.
And woo from the audience. You even get a polite golf clap from a set.
Oh, that's better than anything else we could have gotten. Golf claps from a set.
Yeah, I will point at a set and go. This is true. Julia is taller than me.
Yeah, I'm taller than a lot of people think I am because they see me sitting here.
Yeah,
and because I can't sit up straight to save my life. So half the time when we're streaming, I just slowly disappear, and then I have to pick myself back up.
Yeah,
I am in fact tall.
Yes, can confirm. Have met Julia in person.
And I think at this point, so a bunch of the security, rest of the security guys, rush the court, and they lift Binks into the air, and they carry Binks off, going Binks, 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 Binks. And following their lead, Barot just grabs Nyko from the waist from behind and just like hoists them into hoist them into a piggyback ride.
Yes.
Is this the traditional celebration of volleyball?
Volleyball.
Most Earth sports, actually, we love to pick each other up when we win.
Yes.
Punctuated by a display of strength, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
and then Nyko just kind of like turns and gives Vimes a little wave goodbye, and then points at Brannigan and does the
Oh, I'm helping Brannigan up out of the sand.
Be a good sport.
I will be the best sport, Commander.
And you help Brannigan up, and Brannigan, you kind of turn into a handshake, and Brannigan says, I suppose I should mostly just be thankful that I got out of it with my collarbones intact this time.
Brannigan, if you put half the effort into being a better commander as you do into whatever this personality you have built for yourself is, I would respect you more.
Lieutenant Commander Vimes, what is it about any of this that made you think I wanted your respect? And he just turns and walks away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yep. And a little bit of information gets filed away in Vimes's head.
You could have just good gamed him. You could have just good gamed him.
Could have just
Vimes.
GG'd.
I could have. I do shake hands with the rest of his players, though.
They actually seem a little bit cooler with you than they would have been before. Like normally you get a bit of kind of like, I know, right? Like when like you kind of shoot them like the looks when Brannigan's being Brannigan. They're a little bit chilly with you though.
I figured. I'm sussing something out, Brendan. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yep.
And at this point, what do you guys do with the rest of your shore leave?
Oh, I go back to the ship.
Well, I think we know what Nico's doing.
Yes.
So.
that is well known.
Yeah. Who Nico is doing.
Yes.
That's
Don't call me. I'll call you.
Yes.
Leave me alone.
Yep.
Busy. Gonna have to go back to being long distance with my boyfriend after this. This is rude.
Yep.
Leave me alone. I'm staying in a villa. Leave me alone.
So what is Vimes getting up to back on the ship in that case?
I'm honestly look, literally one of my character traits is being paranoid.
Yeah.
It is a talent actually as a Romulan in this game. It is a species ability to be paranoid.
Yeah.
I am I will be very upfront and honest. I insulted Brannigan because I want to see if doing so helps me suss out who Starfleet Command is using to spy on me.
Interesting.
Because everybody knows I don't like Brannigan. So like I want to see if somebody tries to cozy up to Brannigan to get more information on me.
Interesting. Okay.
I have a plan, y'all. I'm not just being awful to Brannigan for no reason.
Interesting. All right.
But has Vimes considered that maybe it's not a spy, and maybe it's just everyone's uncomfortable that you were a spy?
Yes, that is also, I'm trying to also suss out how mad Brannigan is that I announced on the bridge crew, like to the entire bridge crew, that I was a spy. So, yeah. Like, yeah, there's multiple angles I'm working here.
Okay.
I have notes.
Okay, just making sure. Here's the thing. Nico would never discourage Vimes from their enrichment activities. But
Thank you.
also Nika would want to make sure that Vimes is considering that maybe people are just upset and their feelings are hurt.
Yeah, no.
Maybe it's not a conspiracy against you. Maybe people's feelings are just hurt. But also maybe it's a conspiracy against you. Have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. Don't shoot anyone.
No.
Surely we're not. You still can't shoot anyone.
I think I do send a quick message to Shannara and I'm just like, I need something. I need Brannigan's favorite food to arrive at his room, and it cannot be linked to me.
You're gonna ask the doctor to wingman you?
No, this is not. No. This is.
Are you gonna explain what else
apology?
It could be?
Nope. We'll let Shannara. That does not matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't know yet that she's wingmanning you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Shannara is a bit suspicious, but you know what? At the same time, it's actually not the. Usually, when you make a weird request to Lieutenant Commander Shannara, she has to say, I can't do that. It's against both Starfleet regulations and also medical ethics. So it just being Brannigan's favorite food is enough that she's like, you know what? Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm following Captain's orders not to message anybody in my network of connections to find out where the real problem is. I'm being good.
Mm-hmm. How is Vimes passing the time not being able to indulge in their favorite boredom activity? I know, you got to find a new hobby.
Literally took a talent for this.
I mean, nothing's saying you can't. You'll just make Captain Selleck disappointed in you.
And I'm not doing that. Nope. You know what I'm doing? Brendan? I'm researching Tuvon. Was it disease or syndrome? I don't remember.
Tuvon syndrome.
Yeah, Tuvon syndrome.
Yeah.
I'm researching Tuvon syndrome.
Okay. Very cool.
And I'm specifically like hanging out in medical to like do it, but refusing to tell Shannara what I'm researching.
Mm-hmm.
Enough to make her suspicious.
Okay. And okay. All right. Okay. I think that is just a good segue as any. That you are in medbay, going through medical computers, conducting your research, and Shannara is giving you some space. Partly because she can sort of sense that you would just prefer to be left alone about it. When you do sort of have to cover your screen, like minimize the window very, very rapidly when the door to medbay opens and Captain Selleck walks in. And he begins to talk to Shannara. Doctor, I'm glad I caught you. I wanted to discuss the latest round of... And he stops sort of as he notices you. And there's sort of like just the briefest of like pauses as he like just ever so slightly narrows his eyes at you. Just
Mhm.
barely. It's like if you were not so trained to read people's faces, you would not have caught it. But honestly, that can wait. Commander Vimes, I'm glad I ran into you. I am terribly sorry to make you work during your shore leave, but I have a task for you.
Of course, Captain. I have a question for you.
Well, which of us wants to go first?
How about the one with the timer?
Ah, I see. And he looks over at Shannara. Shannara looks just very uncomfortable.
Yep.
And Captain looks at you and says, Commander, there's no need for skullduggery. I've known for over a year.
There is no cure, Captain.
No, there is not. So there's nothing I can do about it, is there? However, with modern treatments, they've almost doubled the expected lifespan.
My uncle had 3 years.
I wish that your uncle had access to better care.
He would have, but the planet exploded.
I know. I hopefully will find myself in better circumstances. Part of the
Okay.
reason why I'm retiring after the Gallant's present tour. Give the new bridge crew a shakedown and live the rest of my life.
So when my terms of remaining in Starfleet were so long as you were captain.
Yes. I'm afraid so.
Hmm.
There are at least 2 years left in the current tour. I was hoping to have found a solution by then.
I think we'll both be dead by then, Captain. You had a request.
I need a tactical assessment. We have new orders from Starfleet. I'm afraid we're going to have to cut shore leave short.
Where are we going?
And he passes a pad over to you, and you see emblazoned up at the top the distinctive three-pronged chiron of the Klingon Empire. And we're going to pivot over to the bungalow down on Casperia Prime.
Okay.
Where the two of you are enjoying a delightful lunch on the veranda. And sorry, what is Nico doing at this point? Like, just enjoying a drink on the veranda. What is Nico thinking about?
I think at this point it's kind of like relaxing in the mid-afternoon, a light lunch, probably like doing that thing where it's like we are together, but we are both doing kind of quiet, solitary activities. I think Naiko is probably finally getting around to compiling a more detailed and thorough letter to their parents about kind of what they've been up to. I think they generally send like brief communications back and forth, but I think now that there's kind of the time, Naiko is writing a bit more about kind of like the last few months, the whole thing with Anzuris and everything else that's been going on with their lives. And they're debating on if they're going to mention anything about the conversation they had with the captain about retirement and the career thing. And I think they're kind of stalled on that as they sit there and kind of like look out at the ocean and just try to like untangle that thought in their head.
And as you are thinking about that, Barat emerges from the bedroom, looking very concernedly at a pad in his hands.
Everything okay? Something wrong at the school?
I can't deny that I feel a little bit awkward about this, given that this has come so soon after we have decided to pursue romantic entanglement, as it does complicate things. I do not want to put you into a difficult position. However, I do feel as though I have to ask you something. I need your help. And that is where we're going to end this session.
Brendan!
Yep.
No!
Yep.
No!
Yes.
What the
Beach
fuck?
episode.
What the fuck? Honestly,
Hey, look. Okay, like
I'm
a solid
fine.
like 95% of that was
Okay.
solid beach episode.
To be fair, yes, it was very nice, relaxing. But-
But we got to lead into the next arc. We're doing
You love a fucking cliffhanger.
we're doing
You
Klingon
really
stuff.
do.
I do. It's true. So thank you so much to everybody for hanging out. Thank you so much, everybody who was chatting, especially if you donated. That is the stuff that makes all of this possible. I'm going to go around and we're going to do our plugs and our outro, starting with Cass.
I have thoughts. The first among them is I didn't consider that people would ship Brannigan and Vimes, and it's apparently happening.
I didn't think
Julia did it.
I didn't think that there was going to be so much thirst for Barot when I wrote this character. we all encounter surprises. We play to find out what happens.
Listen, people wouldn't do it if you weren't too busy reenacting that audio clip of "You want to kiss me so bad it makes you look stupid." If the two of you were
Julia, you're so right. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that.
you did this to you.
I did this to me. Oh, anyway, hi guys. Hi, Cass, better known as Yoda Almighty on the socials. It's on the screen if it's there. Anyway, where am I going to be next? This Sunday actually is the first Sunday where we will be playing Fabula Ultima over on Tales from the Table Studios. I'm playing the sweetest little baby child. She's so innocent and cute. I made her. We have art, and I told the artist that I wanted her to look like a little Victorian doll. Yeah, she's great. Don't worry about the things she turns into that might eat your face. And then next Thursday, unclear because of holiday stuff, we are scheduled for God Complex over on Entropy Emporium with LFTA's own Will running Girl by Moonlight for that game, piloting the husks of dead gods to fight interdimensional space kaiju. And then coming up on July 15th is a game I will be running of Sentai and Sensibility over on Tales from the Table Studios. We're going to be alternating weeks. So on Tuesdays, every other week, I will be running one table set in 1816. And on Fridays the following week, and alternating from there, TR Grimm will be running another table set 80 years in the future from that in 1897. And shenanigans are afoot already. But yeah, that's where you can find me. And further into July, Redacted will be back. And so on Wednesdays here, you will see me the next day on Thursday for Redacted as we finish that up. So yeah, that's where you're going to see me this summer. Bye.
Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia. Tonight I've been First Officer Nyko Bard, who's had a great time. You can find me at Hexbot on all social media platforms. I am going to be back here on Saturday for Class Reunion, which is our 5e game about a bunch of kids from Ohio who've been trapped in a fantasy world for 10 years, except not really 10 years, actually like something like 30 when you do the different world time conversion. But we're not worried about that, because what we're doing instead is a lot of politicking to avert a war. I've put my character has put their soul on the line to a vampire and said, hey, what if we just didn't? So we'll see how that goes. Every other Sunday I am here with Academy H as Lyra Kroll, which is our Masks actual play game. It's also a podcast. Lyra's having a great time. She manipulates glass. She might have put her sister in a coma. It's fine. Every other Tuesday, I am now playing Eve, the Searcher, in the Monster of the Week game Sayer House 6. All the foster kids are back together for the first time in, again, 10 years, lucky number. It's 1999. Y2K is coming. Our brother just punched our sister down a hill. Good time. Every other Wednesday I'm here. Every other Thursday, Never Ember's Enigma, Waterdeep, Heist, Shenanigans. I play Lavinia Hale. ACAB does include Lavinia Hale. That's all I'm doing. Everything I do here at LFTA. I live here, I die here. Goodbye. Get me out of here.
So I was watching that stream, and I don't know if "punch them down a hill" is actually like a good description of what happened. It leaves there's a lot of missing context from
No
that.
spoilers. I haven't gotten to watch it yet.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's way worse than that. I'll just say that. Hi everybody.
I see no problems with this.
I'm Brendan. I am all other people everywhere. So when I am not doing this, it's primarily just so I'm an Academy H with Julia, alternating Sundays. I play Alex Sandowski, aka Victory. He's a weird, I don't know, Silver Age himbo. I don't know. It's
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He's
also the leader now, and that's certainly a thing that has transpired.
God, I need to catch up.
And
Lyra got out of that.
And also being a podcast. Also, I am the GM for Cryptid Community College, our Monster of the Week actual play podcast. We are in between recording seasons of that right now, but the finished episodes are currently dropping every other Sunday. So keep an eye out for that on your podcatcher of choice. I think that is presently it as far as the stuff that I am doing. There's always some stuff kind of in the pipeline, but nothing that is ready to be talked about just yet. So we will be back in 2 weeks here on Star Trek Gallant with our new arc. Last arc was Romulans. This arc is Klingons. It's gonna get spicy. It's gonna be fun. We're all gonna have a very good time.
I'm so excited.
So anyway, once again, thank you so much, everybody who hung out tonight. If you chatted, if you donated, all of that sort of thing. Do not go away. We're going to be signing off here, but we are going to be raiding. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna raid Folk and Myth. Looks like they are still playing at this point. So be nice. Tell them you said hi, and tell them that LFTA sent you. So everybody, say good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.